Welcome to AfriFacts. Today, we explore the chains of mental slavery that bind us, a system of thought born from centuries of colonialism and imposed hierarchies. In this journey, we examine how the same actions are celebrated or condemned simply based on who is doing them. Consider this: when Europeans embarked on journeys to Africa, their expeditions were hailed as voyages of discovery. Their arrival was romanticized as an adventure of enlightenment. Yet, when Africans migrate to Europe, their movement is branded as illegal immigration, a problem to be managed rather than a search for better opportunities. This double standard is not just a matter of semantics. It reflects a deep-rooted bias, a remnant of colonial attitudes that continues to shape perceptions today. Let's delve deeper. In Europe, groups of Africans are labeled refugees, their presence seen through the lens of crisis. In contrast, Europeans visiting Africa are warmly greeted as tourists, welcome guests enjoying exotic experiences. Similarly, in the rural bush, African hunters are quickly condemned as poachers, their efforts criminalized. Meanwhile, European hunters, operating in similar environments, are often celebrated as conservationists or sportsmen. And what about work? When Black Africans venture abroad to seek employment, they are marked as foreigners, others, outsiders in a land not their own. Conversely, white individuals working overseas are given the title of expatriates, a term imbued with respectability and choice. These discrepancies aren't random, they reveal an insidious bias that devalues the contributions and dignity of African people, reinforcing a legacy of subjugation. Now, let's talk about language, a powerful tool of identity and a marker of perceived intelligence. Across the continent, there's an unfortunate, normalized trend when a French, Spanish, Chinese, or Russian individual struggles with English, Africans often express sympathy and admiration for their effort. Yet, if an African cannot speak English, the reaction is ridicule, a label of being unintelligent, illiterate, or simply dumb. This contradiction speaks volumes. Our education systems and societal norms have made English not just a language, but a yardstick for measuring intelligence. We live in a society where a country can make English compulsory in schools while treating vital subjects like agriculture as optional. The result? We speak a language of the oppressor on empty stomachs. Our children are made to believe that failing to master an alien language is equivalent to personal inadequacy. Ask yourself, has the world failed Africa, or have we failed ourselves? The consequences of this mental slavery are profound. It breeds a cycle of self-doubt and devaluation. Our children are taught to aspire to a foreign ideal rather than embrace the richness of their ancestral languages and cultures. Every time we allow ourselves to be measured by standards set by former colonizers, we give up a part of our identity and our potential. Imagine a society where indigenous languages are celebrated, where the wisdom and knowledge passed down through generations are the true markers of intelligence and strength. It is not the mastery of an alien tongue that defines us, but the ability to think critically, to innovate, and to honor the legacy of our forebears. Dear Africans, the time has come to break the chains of mental slavery. It is our collective responsibility to reclaim our identity and empower future generations. Teach your children their mother tongue, let them grow up immersed in the rich tapestry of indigenous languages and traditions. Encourage local communities to speak their native languages proudly, free from any stigma. By doing so, we are not rejecting progress or the benefits of global communication. We are choosing to honor who we are at our very core. We must resist the subtle yet persistent efforts of those who wish to extend their control through cultural domination. Every time you embrace your language and heritage, you defy a system that has long sought to diminish our worth. Consider this message as a rallying cry, a call for a mental revolution. Let us redefine intelligence not by the ability to conform to imposed standards, but by our resilience, our creativity, and our commitment to preserving our cultural identity. The path to freedom begins in the mind. We must educate ourselves, support our local languages, and celebrate our unique heritage. The journey is not easy, and the battle against mental slavery is fought every day in our hearts and minds. If this message resonates with you, join the movement. Share this video with your friends, family, and community. Let us spread this message far and wide to enlighten every African with the truth about our collective potential. Remember, every share, every discussion, and every act of pride in our identity is a step toward liberation. This is AfriFacts, your channel for truth, culture, and empowerment. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and become a part of our growing community committed to breaking free from mental slavery. Together, we can ignite a revolution of thought and reclaim the dignity that is rightfully ours. Let's not be measured by a language that was never ours. Let us be measured by the strength of our heritage and the power of our unity. Join us in this